Hi everyone, it's Carissa at Sprinkled with Glitter and I am here with a card project for you. Today I'm going to be creating a Mother's Day card, and this card can have a little twist, and I'll show you that alteration to make it a gift card holder on the front of the card as well. I created this silhouette cut using my Silhouette Studio software to be the focal point of the front of my card, and I will have a bonus video showing how to create this cut in your Silhouette Studio software, so you can head on over and see that. I'm also going to be using some supplies from Simon Says Stamp. I'm going to be using these tilted banners, dies, as well as this U stamp set with the U coordinating die. I've gone ahead and cut those out of some different cardstock here. The U I've cut with some Neenah Solar White cardstock, and the banners I have cut in this corally pink color. And I'm sorry I don't have the color of this, the exact color of this cardstock, because it's just a cheapy one from Hobby Lobby. So I've gone ahead and cut those out. I'm also going to be using this honeycomb Cuttlebug folder as well. So I'm going to set some of this aside, and I am going to start working on the card. And where this mom is cut out, I'm going to have a piece of vellum backing that. And I'm going to be stamping this polka dot stamp, and I'll put it in the links on my blog, from Stampin' Up. It's just a mini background type stamp. And I'm going to be using the Delicata pigment ink in Golden Glitz and stamping it on to the vellum. Now I want to do this step first because the pigment ink does take a while to dry, and I want to be able to set it aside to dry while I work on the rest of my card project. So I've just inked this stamp up, bring a piece of scrap paper in here, and I will stamp this onto the vellum. Now it seems to me that one side of the stamp is wider than the other, although I think it's just an illusion. So I have that stamped, and you can see how shiny that is. And it's not perfect on this edge, but that's okay because this is just going to be the window piece that sits behind that focal card on the front of my card. So I'm going to set this aside to dry. I have it picked up with my tweezers so I don't get that gold ink all over my hands. And I'm going to bring this card piece in here. And I am going to just add a little texture to the bottom of this by embossing it with this Cuttlebug honeycomb embossing folder. I'm just going to line it up right on the bottom edge of this mom word here, and I am going to run it through my Big Shot to emboss it. And I'm just kind of paying attention to the fact that I get the pattern kind of centered onto the front of this card. My card all embossed, and I am going to now bring in this tilted banner die cut shape from Simon Says Stamp. It is an exclusive to them, and also this U die cut here. You saw in the front of the video that I had cut two of these. It's just because when I was playing around with them I ripped one, so I wanted to have an extra one on hand just in case. And I'm going to be creating a little banner that goes underneath this mom. This banner is really cute because it's a curved banner, and I really like the way that the ends are kind of scored where you can fold them in and it creates a dimensional banner. So I'm going to fold that up and show you how that looks. Now this piece of coral cardstock is a textured cardstock, so when I cut this piece out, I made sure that I laid the die cut down on the smoother side of with the smoother side of the cardstock facing up so that I could stamp on the smoother side. So I have this stamp from the U stamp set, and it says "Are the Best," and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it along the bottom of this. I've gone ahead and taken the time to kind of curve the stamp, and you've seen me do that in previous videos, so I'm not going to do it quite on this video. I am going to ink this up in some Midnight Muse ink, which is the same color that I used to this cardstock here from Stampin' Up, and I am going to stamp it along the bottom right edge of this banner here. Alright, so I have that "Are the Best" stamped on there, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this to this U to the front of this banner as well. Now it will have some overhang, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna bring my piece of scrap paper back in here because I'm gonna be putting glue on the back of this U. It's such a fine little die cut, and I wanna have something so I'm not getting glue all over my work surface. So I just have this Zig 2-way glue pin here. It's a kind of like a roller ball or ballpoint pin. And I will just add some glue to the parts that will be stuck down to the banner itself. Now remember, it's going to have some overhang, so I'm just kind of putting it towards the middle of this die cut. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and bring in some foam dimensional adhesive. These are the sticky thumb adhesives. And I'm just going to place the foam on the middle portion of the banner. These side pieces will be stuck directly down to the front of this card piece here. So I'm going to use some just regular runner adhesive for that. Okay, so I have my banner placed on there, and I have the gold that's coming in on the vellum piece, and I want to add some more gold to the front of this. So what I'm going to do is use this glitter tape again from American Crafts. I know you guys have seen me use this quite a few times lately. I am really loving gold with a lot of different color schemes, and I'm just going to snip off a little piece of this and create a little banner out of it, and it will just kind of hang down from beneath the tilted banner that I have here. I'm going to snip a little piece off the top so that it sits up a little higher underneath this banner. Just like that. Since it's adhesive backed, I can just peel off the backing and stick that directly to the front. I want to add a little heart to this, so I have a scrap piece of that pink cardstock and this little punch from Stampin' Up! And I am going to punch that out, and I will put that on foam adhesive as well. So I'll just cut down one of these pieces. I have a little cut down one already actually. So I'll just place that behind the heart. Okay, and now I'm going to anchor this banner with a couple of gold brads. I know that brads were huge a while back, and it seems like we don't use them as much anymore in paper crafting, but I thought this was the perfect opportunity to use up some of these brads that I have sitting on my shelf. And banner ends always, to me, just scream for a little embellishment there on the end. I'm going to bring in my little paper piercer, and I have this little piercing mat here. So I'm just going to kind of pierce a hole in these and then put the brad through it. And I have those brads set on there now, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn this over and get my gold piece, my stamped vellum piece, ready to attach to the back. It's just going to sit behind there, but what I want to do is create kind of a double layer of this so that the vellum is not sitting directly against the card base, so it adds to that kind of ghost effect of the vellum. I am going to turn this over, and I'm going to start putting some adhesive on the back. Now this is where it's important that where you place your adhesive, because I am going to be turning this into or leaving it with the option of being able to slip a gift card in behind here, and I'll show you what I mean. This gift card fits perfectly behind here. So what I'm going to do is kind of just hold that there, and then I know where I can place my adhesive behind here, and you can kind of just create a channel using your foam adhesive. Now along the bottom here, I am going to place it here. These are kind of like my base where I can add my adhesive, but I am going to go ahead and add some adhesive around, and the reason is this piece of vellum will sit directly on these, and then I will add another piece to attach it, another layer of foam dimensionals to attach it to the card. So I'm just going to kind of add this in here, and all these are going to be the ones that hold on the vellum, and I hope this makes more sense as we go along. Now you can see that my vellum layer is attached there, but I'm going to add another layer of dimensional adhesive here, and I am only going to add it down this kind of channel that we talked about before. Okay, so you can see now that with the second layer of adhesive, I have created a channel to place this gift card in. So I hope that makes sense to you. So now when I attach this to the front of my card base, you can actually slide your gift card in there and have it act as a gift card holder as well. The base is from a wood grain card stock that is available at Simon Says Stamp. Just trying to make sure I get it even on here. I think that looks pretty good. And you can see here that this makes an adorable card all by itself, but by adding that channel of adhesive, I can now slide a gift card in here as well. So you have the option of making it either way. I'm going to take this gift card. This is actually just for demonstration. I'm not actually giving this to my mother for Mother's Day, but I'm going to add just a little gold piece of washi tape here at the top and just kind of fold it over. Just creating a little tab on the top of that gift card, and then I can slide it in here, and then you have a little tab to pull that gift card out from. I went ahead and rounded the four corners of the card, and that completes my project for today. A very simple, easy Mother's Day card, but a lot of fun because you can alter it to make it hold a gift card as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. For any information on the products used in this video, you can visit my blog at Sprinkled with Glitter. Have a fabulous day.